Welcome to Co-Play Media, a look inside the world of video games, anime, and the Blerd community. And now, here are your hosts, DeAyres and Dmo.
And welcome to Co-Play Media! Woo! Yo, today here, we got homies, man. We got partners from way back. We got my boy Rick, my boy Jonathan from Top Trio here in the building.
Oh.
So happy to have you guys, man. How y'all doing, man?
I'm
great, man. Love talking to you again. Love get an opportunity to meet Andre. I'm excited.
Pleasure.
Yeah, man. Let me see. I wonder if I can share my screen. I wonder if I share my screen, will that be recorded? That would be recorded. Right?
Yeah, it records.
So I want to show you guys something, right? We've been working.
Wow me.
We've been working on a game. So This is the untitled game. We call it right now Gun and Run.
Okay.
And we are working with a team of people over around the world. You know, we got the homie in UK, we got another homie in Pakistan, we got another homie in Atlanta. And what we are trying to do is make a platform run and gun playing a run and gun game. It's going to have a black character, as you can see. We just got him designed. The robot that's following him, yep, you know we got to represent. The robot that's following him, we're actually in the process of creating the concept character and then having it rigged and put on a mesh. And then like how we have the dude, we're going to have that robot. It's going to be a robot with hands and like half a torso is going to be running around. And here's another picture right here. And these are all like super hard concepts for us that we're trying to get down. Like making destructible items that give you stuff. You know what I'm saying? Having the concept of inventory in the game. Like all this is like first time for us. It's super hard. Like, you know, collecting the key, that kind of thing. And being able to carry it to get past a roadblock in the game, that kind of thing. Thinking about these core concepts. And I guess also the thing that we have right now is this was the finished concept of the guy. You know, when we
that is tight.
And we just took like a bunch of images. Like, funny enough, we took Jaden Smith. And
and now
like,
you say that,
man. Yeah, you see it a little bit, right?
Yeah, I see Jaden. I see Forge from X-Men. I see a little bit of Wakanda. I see a little bit. I like it. I like it.
Michonne from Walking Dead in there.
Yeah,
just a little bit. And
the character's rugged. I like that.
Yeah, he is rugged. You know, he is in a distant future. You know, where there is an algorithm that controls everything, and he's fighting against it. And the story is currently being developed. But I guess what I want to ask you guys, I'm going to stop sharing now. What I want to ask you guys is, in your opinion, what makes a video game great? Like when we design this game like Chipotle, what do you think that there should be extra of? Are you an extra rice guy? Do you like extra corn, extra hot sauce? You know, like how you want it? Do you go in a bowl? I don't know why I'm stuck on Chipotle. I'm a little hungry.
Because Chipotle is delicious. Man.
Chipotle is delicious. You know what I'm saying?
You want to go first, Rick, or you want me?
I just want to say one thing.
Shoot.
Before I give you my analysis. Yo, where do I put in for the Kickstarter for this joint?
Yeah, man. So,
I mean, I got my wallet right here, man. It's trying to get to the screen.
We got a little bit of disposable income, man. The holidays coming up. Most of my Christmas is already paid for, so I got a little bit.
I'm feeling kind of generous right now.
Yo, like I'm feeling like we're brand new, like we babies in the game. Like I feel as if we can't charge no. Oh, okay. We do have a Patreon that's set up where you guys can definitely check out. We still got to put more information on there about what we have, but I mean, in your opinion, do you guys think that we have enough to start a Kickstarter? Like.
I mean,
take some concept art and some first
player.
Got
a proof of concept, man.
Got a proof of concept, right? That's always going to be the first thing. I mean, I've seen how many times we've seen Kickstarters where all they had was just renderings, or not even renderings, just photos or photos from Google.
They just got an idea. Like I got an idea.
I got the, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm tight. I swear it's going.
We have the initial render. we kind of see what we're getting ahead of time, and you showed us the character.
Yeah,
the character looks badass. Like you can't. Yeah. I want to know more about the character. So I mean, you got the like you said, it's set in a distant future, right? And you got the algorithm. You tell us the story.
Yeah,
let us get captivated on the story first, and then you can sell us the game.
I mean, it's pretty much a very simple, basic story. You know, boy meets girl, two different lovers. You know, in two different worlds. Obviously, one is baller, the other one is very poor on trying to come up. You know, they get together, they're in love. It's beautiful while it lasts, and then she's ripped away from him. And then you know, my man, in an attempt to get her back, gets his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? In which he had to rebuild himself. Yeah. And create a partner to help him through, or find one and then advance it with because part of the religious stuff is everybody's got to be an engineer. You got to be smart. You got to know math. You got to be a part of it. So part of it is everybody being educated in the field of the sciences, right? So he literally rebuilds himself and sets up his mech partner to help him get revenge and get his girl back. And when at the end of the story, when he finds out is that the world is a lot more messed up than he thought it was, and that the algorithm is a lot deeper of an issue than it thought it was in just his area. And you know, spoilers, he still ain't got his girl. So he still gotta, from then on, you know, it's a default Mario story if you really think about it.
Yeah, it's like Mario mixed a little bit of Baki.
A little bit of Baki,
He's trying to get his girl, you know.
Trying to get his girl, but he ain't pressed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to answer your question, though, is like one of the things for me, because like some of my favorite games, especially recent, is BioShock and the original Last of Us. I ain't gonna talk about part 2. And the reason why is because of the story. You know what I'm saying? Because like Last of Us didn't reinvent the wheel. BioShock, as far as a first-person shooter with like sci-fi elements, it's different. But some of the things that really stuck to me was the story and the writing and the what motivates this character. So like the more you was talking about, I'm like, yo, this could be a show. This could be a movie. This could be an anime. You could put the game with it. Like I'm all for it. Like the more you were talking, I'm like, damn, keep going. Like at the same time, like I don't want you to give us too much. But at the same time, like, damn, I thought it was just a shooter. I thought the robot was just going to be his buddy. But then you start talking, I'm like, oh shit.
Graphic novel tie-in.
You got a love story. You got the sci-fi elements. You got
the whole combination thing where they're making him fuse and it becomes the suit. And then he's got the whole suit thing going on where he's doing overpowered stuff. You know, that part we're still designing.
Personally, I'm going to say this too. This is one thing Jonathan and I are big on. We just talked about it in our last joint too. And no offense, if they have to listen to this.
No offense.
Don't be Capcom. Please don't be Capcom. Please don't be Capcom. Because they don't give you the content up front. Like they make you wait and pay. They have the content overall, and they don't give it to you. And that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's
like Soul Calibur's with the characters, you know what I'm saying? Like
or Zora's Wrath, when you want the real ending, you got to pay for the DLC, or you know, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where you had the characters on the disc, but you got to pay extra for them to get
characters on the disc, and we got to pay for him. Don't be wrong, like, and that's nothing against you, but with companies, give us the meat and potatoes up front. I'll pay for the whole game.
I'll pay for the whole game.
Yeah, I don't want to pay $3 here, $3. No, give me everything.
Oh, you want the ability to merge with the suit? That's $5. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what companies do. And we're not saying that you're doing that, but I think that you're asking, like, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
Like your story sounds
be
amazing.
Better than the regular company. That goes back to AEW again. Your audience, man, like
give them what they want.
Yeah.
But
give them what they're paying for.
The story so far, man, I'm in. Like
I love it, man.
You only did it like what, good 30-second jab, and I'm in. Like I could watch this as a movie. I could watch this as a game. I'll play the game. Even if I know how it's going to end, I'm still going to play the game and watch the movie. Like it's a good story, man. That's what's going to, because like that's why you have 35 different first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Like what separates all these first-person shooters? What separates all these action games is like mainly is the characters and the story. Like the action is going to be the same, and there's going to be, of course, some different bells and whistles with each company or each game is going to separate it. But for me personally, I always look for story first.
I love getting attached to a main character. Like I love that.
Yeah,
because it motivates.
Online.
It makes you want to progress more.
That's true. And I've been wanting to create a character that how do I say it? You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to be a stereotypical dude, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want him to fall into the stereotypical tropes, you know, like when I think of a black video game character, Barrett always hits my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like Barrett always big black guy person all the time, smoking
always
cigars,
angry,
always hating with a gun as an arm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always been my thing, and I've always wanted to create a more Miles Morales type character of a smart, cool, sensitive, well-rounded person.
And the demo's changing too. Like I mean, we're a lot older now, and we maybe captivate the story, but you're gonna have this young character that's probably gonna appeal with younger fans.
Yeah.
So to have that demo and have that character that you can lead with, it's gonna go a long way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And even the design, it draws from more than just, like you said, like your stereotypical black character. It's not a big, bulky, rock-looking dude. It's more realistic as far as like, you know, I mean, we laughed when you said Jaden Smith, but at the same time, like that's more the average character than The Rock is.
Yeah, and that's mainstream right now.
Yeah, it's mainstream.
It's mainstream. This is how kids look and kind of dress. I mean, they look like this.
Yeah,
exactly. You know,
kind of
bringing that back. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. With some future. You know, we try to do the Tims. The Tims is just really hard to make.
You
Tims.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you look close at it, you can see like. We were trying to get the Tims, but it's harder to design the Tims and get them on. But anyway.
I mean, don't give them no future, you know, hat, you know, no brim, NY on top. Don't do all that. You don't need to be dead ass, man.
So New York is on this other planet? Yeah. They got Yankees on this planet?
New York forever. Yeah. New York forever, bro.
They got starter jackets in space? Yeah.
Always, you know.
What's a starter jacket?
And they got not the starter jackets. They got the race car jackets. You guys remember when they had the race car jackets?
Yeah.
Then they had
dying over the race car.
M&Ms, like they had the one with like M&Ms and stuff on the back.
Like M&Ms, Oreos, AT&T on the back or something.
What a time to be alive, man.
The 8-ball jacket.
Good times, man.
Man, these kids today.
And of course, once we're finished, I would love to have you guys on the show. Test the game out with us. Let us know we're doing good. We're doing bad.
My finger's ready, bro. Yeah,
I'm all right. Look, I just want to look. I want to hit. I'm honestly. I want to see how the story pans out. I'm already invested.
You gotta say cash out.
Let me get my mom's credit card real quick. Hold on a second.
Like you know, I'm just happy that you guys are excited about it.
Can I get your credit card?
Let me get my mom's purse real quick while she's asleep.
And with everything that's been going on with these, like when you said Capcom, it's funny that you said that because I was like, I would think about it as like, yo, I guess we could say we're an indie game developer. As an indie game developer that models itself after Chipotle, we try and make the game in front of you. Mm-hmm. How can we avoid the problems like Capcom, Project Red, EA? Madden is terrible. Like I can go on a whole Madden try.
We can have a whole weekend talk about Madden.
The
main thing with Madden is the fact that it's a monopoly. They can do whatever they want because they're the only game in town. It's very similar to like, you know, Vince McMahon and WWE. When you're the only game in town, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can basically sell the same game from last year, slap a new tag on it, and say, take it or leave it. And you already know everybody's going to take it because what else are you going to buy? There's no NFL 2K. There's no ESPN games. They Gruden just signed a new license with NFL, so EA is going to be making games for them for at least another 5 years. So when you already have that guaranteed money, there's no reason for innovation. For you guys, I think the biggest thing is, you know, transparency.
Yes.
And just like reaching out to the people. Like when you mentioned Project CD Red and when you mentioned Capcom and stuff like that, is like, especially CD Projekt Red, like the reason Cyberpunk failed mainly is because you couldn't be honest. Yeah. If it's not ready, then delay it. You've been delaying this game for 5 years. You delay it 6 more months. It wouldn't have hurted no one. But you got to have that Christmas money. So instead, And basically what happened with CD Projekt Red was as soon as the specs for the PS5 and the Xbox came out, that's all they worked on. They didn't work on PS5 and
they shouldn't release it on the other.
They forgot all about it.
Yeah, they shouldn't have released it.
That's why it works on PS5, but it doesn't work on PS4 because you guys didn't work on it anymore. You just said, "Oh, we got the specs. Boom! From now on, this is all we're going to focus on.
This is going to be the next gen. This is going to be the
This is it. And then we're going to live in a magical world where everybody's going to have a PS5 on day one. So we're not even going to worry about PS4s no more.
You bet people buying the PS4 game like, oh, I can't wait for the game. The game looks
and
so
it looks
amazing.
like Roblox.
And you see the PS5 version on the YouTube. You're like, this game is shit.
And like you said, like it's all about transparency. If you had just said if you knew you were focusing on the new generations, all you had to do was tell the fans, look, we're focusing on next gen. If the PS5 and the Xbox Series X version is going to come out first, for those on the older consoles, give us another 6 months.
Yeah.
And people would have been cool.
I would have been cool.
But you lied to say it was ready, and then people buying a $50, $60, $70 game, and it crashes on the menu screen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It crashed on me on the first level. First world mission I'm doing, that jump crashed on me. I put it down. I was like, I'm done. All you had to do was delay the previous versions for 6 months, give them more time, and to make up for it, give them a free voucher. Like every person who bought the PS4 and the older versions, like a free voucher for some in-game credit. Yeah. Boom. Everybody's happy. The PS5 players and the Xbox Series X players got their game on day one. The PS4 players, even though they had to wait 6 months, they have a finely tuned product and they got some in-game credit for the wait. It's all about transparency. But no, they just like, look, we got to get this. It's coming out in November. It's 2 weeks before. It's like 2 months before Christmas. We can't lose this money. Ship it out. And they kind of act surprised. Like, what you mean the game is broken?
What?
The game is broken?
Bruh, you
have no idea.
You knew you effed up when Sony took it off their market.
When
Sony don't take nothing down. Sony don't give refunds for nothing. I can't think of a prior game where Sony was like, "Oh, you bought that? Here's your money back."
Like this is like, to me, I think this is the first time ever Sony was like, "Yo, we gotta get that off our shelves."
Yeah, never. I've seen some buggy games. I've seen some games that you can't even finish. But Sony was like, "Yo, we can."
Skyrim was buggy, dog. Yeah. Skyrim was buggy. Fallout 76 was buggy. Well, Fallout 76 got removed. Hold on. But what did Fallout 76 get removed?
No, it just didn't.
I remember dudes were still playing it when it was buggy.
I mean, Arkham Knight had issues coming out the gate. Arkham Knight was jacked up.
Arkham Knight.
All the platforms. But Jonathan was saying, man, just be true to your game. And the greatest thing you guys got going on is that you're real dudes and you're trying to make it and you're trying to tell a story. Like you aren't a corporation.
You're not a corporation. You're not a company. You're a bunch of individuals who are doing something you love. You're not doing it for money. You're doing it for love, and you want to do this to see, hey, this is something that we love, and we want to share it with everyone else. It's not money first and passion later. It's passion first, and if we make a couple of dollars here and there, great. But this is something we've been working on for a minute, and we want to share it with you guys. It's more like that. And that's the difference between you guys and the companies like Capcom and EA, where they know they're going to get their money. They know no matter what they sell. Think about the FIFAs and the Maddens that every year you're like, damn, all they did was just change the update. There's no updates or nothing. There's no new modes. It's just changing vert jerseys and putting Tom Brady from the Patriots to the Buccaneers. That was it. Here's $70.
Yep. That cost them $40 million to make that game. You know what I'm saying?
So there's all this money. I'm like, you didn't do nothing. Did we though?
Well, exactly. And that's the other thing too. Like, your consumer is not an idiot. Like, and that's the biggest thing. Like, hate to keep on using Capcom. Hey, the reason we didn't put X-Men in the game is nobody knows about the X-Men. Are you what? Like, in what world would you say that? Like. And, I mean,
as X-Men, look, I want Disney are out money right now. Nobody cares about the X-Men.
Yeah, I want Disney money. Just say that. But you're gonna sit here and say we put X-Men in here because nobody knows who the X-Men are. They've been in every other franchise for this damn game.
If it wasn't for X-Men Children of Adam, you wouldn't have X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel versus Capcom.
They've been carrying the franchise since the beginning.
The most iconic
take them out
is Ryu shaking with Cyclops and X-Men.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. They had the man handshake too. It was like, ping.
But what we want to do here is give these characters the MCU look and have them fight Street Fighter.
So basically, everybody you've seen in the movies in the last 3 years, those are the only characters we care about. Everybody else, we never heard of them. Nah, we can't. Magneto,
we don't know these people. And like Cyclops, Wolverine, who?
For real.
Yes.
It's just a slap in the face of the fans, man. It's like, we got the internet, right? We can look. It's not like the 80s and 90s where we just had to go for your word. Like anything you say to us, we can easily Google or look up and pull up like, you just lied. You know what I'm saying? It's not, those days are over.
Not only did you lie, but we have proof right here. You know what I'm saying? We got the thing of you lying right here.
But I mean, I'm dead serious though, man. I've 30 seconds in and I'm like, I love this story, man. It's like the love
story. What captivated me. Like, I love the gameplay and I love the concept. But that story is like, yo, I gotta get to play as this cat, and I know this is the end game. Okay. Now you got my attention.
Like, how do I get? All right. I appreciate it because it is like working on this project and doing it with the guys. There is like a lot of there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of ideas and a lot of sensitivity about it. Not only is it as a project of passion, it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like almost a little bit like I don't want to show it. You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid to show it because I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I feel I don't know, just nervous about because I'm not sure that we are a beast game developing company right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we know that we can work together and we can do stuff, but we haven't crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I feel as if we have crossed the line, we can't really call ourselves, really there yet. I don't know.
No, man.
Been there with Top Trio, man. No offense. Like, I love everybody's been a part of Top Trio, but there has been times where creative differences. Yeah. People don't want to bring stuff to the table. People exited. I love them to death. There's no hard feelings, but it just, you move on and you realize, but then you continue to grow. You grow into something great. I love where Top Trio is right now. And everybody brought that to the table. We are here now. And, I hate that people aren't a part of it right now, but I respect them and I love them to death. But I love where we are right now. We're in a real happy place.
I think the biggest thing is just to learn how to take constructive criticism and to separate it from taking it personal. Because, like, if you, just for an example, if you showed me a piece of art and I said, I don't know, man, don't take it as if I'm talking about you as a person or even you as an artist. I'm looking at this piece of art that you show me, and I'm solely focusing my opinion on that. And a lot of people can't, dissect that. Some people just can't, differ from that. It's hard, but but you already took a huge leap.
Yeah,
I mean, quite honest, you already took a huge leap. It's a huge leap just putting it out there on paper and starting it. Some people don't even start.
That's true.
So kudos, man, and I love it, and I'm interested. I want to every piece of information you want to put out there. I'm in it.
I appreciate it.
The story has already got me, and it is like you said, it's something different. It's not the stereotypical type of story. It's not the stereotypical character, and it's not even a stereotypical type of game. And all of that stuff, when you put it together, it's gonna come together, bro. So I'm very interested, and I would love to hear more about it.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And this is like the main project that we've been going on and we're working on, and then going out. I want to also know, what projects do you guys have going on in the future? You told us about the tournament thing. I definitely want to be in there for the wrestling tournament game thing, man. I got to be in there for that, dog. Yeah. What other projects or events? You guys seem to have like vicious events coming up. Like, tell me more about that type stuff coming up in the future. You know what I'm saying? What other plans you guys got going on?
One event we always kind of do is the Power Hour thing, where we get everybody's attention and we get them to give us their clips. Like we had a lot of great ones this year. We did anime fight scenes versus movie fight scenes. That one was really good. The Marvel fight scene versus DC fight scenes, that one was fantastic. the Halloween joints. But outside of the Scott Pilgrim, I don't have really much anything else planned for the year, big wise. We'll probably start fresh first of the year. I've been trying to knock out.
Yeah, like I'm trying to hit one of them power hours, bro. I'm gonna bring a bottle of Tito's or something.
Chill, let me tell you something. Like we haven't drank at a power hour in a while, but we did it about 3-4 power hours ago, and so there's something you got to do with the power hour too. So, God forbid.
We taking shots? What we gotta do with the power hour?
So it's 60 clips, right? And they go on my thing again. Say hi to Yusuke. You're Messi. And then say hi to Nightcrawler too. So
my man. Oh my
God.
Yeah. So it's a 60-second timer at the bottom. So at the end, when it hits 0, you have to take a shot of beer. So that's 60 shots of beer in an hour. So that equates to 6 beers. That's a power hour. So anytime we were having a party in college or we about to go out to the club, anywhere in my life, we always do power hours. And I make them every year for my friend's Halloween. My friend has a humongous Halloween party at his house. And I have to make power hour, especially for that one every year. But I decided to do it for Top Trio. So every month we have a topic and then I create it. People give me the clips, but that's a power hour for you.
That's tight, man. That's tight. I definitely want to do that.
The question, do you guys have Switches? The Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, I got a Switch right there. My Switch right there.
Okay. So, Jonathan as well. I'm sure you guys saw the news that the N64 library on Nintendo is coming out soon. Like some of the games.
GoldenEye?
So they only announced a few games. So it's only like 5 or 6 games.
So far, everything first party Nintendo is a lock. So the first Smash Brothers, Mario Party, Mario Kart. But they have admitted that they've reached out to third party, and I wouldn't be surprised. I was telling Rick, if they get WrestleMania 2000 or WCW versus NWO in there, it's over because because like Rick said, they've confirmed to be online, but so far first party titles are a given. So basically any Nintendo made 64 game is going to be a lock. So Mario 64 and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But they've already reached out to third party companies. So I think they're probably for the first run or two be Nintendo. And then after like maybe the holidays, we don't be surprised if like GoldenEye and some of the other companies like games start to pop up in there.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because I think the main reason why, I don't know if you knew this, Rick, but the main reason why that the price is so high was because they had to pay Sega a lot of money.
Oh, I know.
Sega.
So a lot of people didn't realize that they had to pay Sega a lot of money for the licensing of those games because there's a lot of games, of course, like your Streets of Rages and stuff like that. But most of that chunk of money that they're charging people for that expansion pack is because they had to pay Sega off because Sega was like, "What's in it for us? How do we know we're going to get a guaranteed return for us giving you access to our library?" But
yeah, so not said. But when it comes to the Nintendo Switch Online thing, they are releasing Mario Tennis and Mario Kart.
Yep.
Those are 2 that's coming out sometime this
Mario
month.
Tennis, Mario Kart. Hey, Mario Party, I'll bring my wife along. We can get it.
Yeah.
Well, so Nintendo said this, and like Jonathan said, I don't trust their servers as far as I can throw them. But the games have online play. So I am going to try to have some Mario Kart 64 tournaments. Mario Kart 64 is the greatest Mario Kart ever made. People can be mad at me. They can talk shit. They can hate me, send me hate mail. I will die on that hill. Mario Kart 64.
I think we actually did that with Trevor. Didn't we do that with Trevor?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So,
I love it.
One thing we did at my house, or my friend's house, this is before Jonathan went to Utah. You guys ever heard of Burial Kart?
No.
Burial Kart?
What? Oh, man. So, Burial Kart is another drinking game, Burial Kart. So, how it works is, and I've kind of changed the rules for 4 players, but anybody can play. You don't have to be 4 players. But the way I do it is I do teams of 4. So you three other individuals. Somebody has to play with Peach. That's the only rule. So somebody on your team has to play with Peach. And then all 4 contestants have to race in one of the cups. So if you're this person, you'll be in the Mushroom Cup, and Star Cup, and then Bowser Cup, whatever. And you compete against 3 other teams. So the object is you have to fill your cup up with a can of beer. The rules are you cannot drink and drive. We don't support that at Top Trio. We don't support drinking and driving.
Drinking and driving is wrong.
Yeah.
So you can have 1 or 2 options. But you kind of like 3 options.
3 options.
3 options. So you can drink as soon as they say go and finish all your beer there. Or you can drive a little bit and pull over to the side of the road and keep sipping and then drive and then sip, pull over and then sip and drive. Or you can just drink whenever you are not driving.
Right.
So you cannot be on the road and drink it, but you can, if you do not finish your beer before you finish that race,
you're kicked out.
So first place, whoever finishes the beer first and gets to the end of the lap, he gets to the end of the round.
That's tight.
And then we do hierarchy and points. So if you get first place, you get this many points, and then you have 4 cups. So the team who has the most cups at the end, who has the most wins at the end, ends up winning the whole Burial Cart thing.
Yeah.
That's super tight.
And then the person who plays with Peach the rules is whoever plays with Peach, everybody has to talk shit about Peach throughout the race.
That's why it's a rule. I was wondering about that. I was like, why?
Yeah, it's
like, where does that come in?
Okay, it's hilarious because we're like, I can't say the words when we call Peach.
Yeah, well, she's for the streets.
It's 2021. We can't say those words. Yeah, we can't.
Features already talked about it.
Y'all got the vicious drinking games.
Yeah, man. But like the cool thing about it is like there's so many different ways. So like every single person has a different way. Like I just chug it. As soon as the on your mark gets that go, we chug it.
We just hit it.
There's certain people who will go all the way to the finish line, stop right at the finish line, and then try to chug the entire beer. Then you got other people like Rick said, you can just stop as long as your hand's not on the controller and you're not going forward. You can drink as much as you want.
Oh, and then I was like, let me just throw the controller, put the controller down while I'm still going. Drink
as long as you're not moving.
Yeah, you can't be moving. Some people
you got to do one or the other.
Let me tell you, people I play with on my team. Look, you check that at the beginning because I ain't got time to be on the side of the road. And Mario Kart 64 has the worst handicap in any game.
Bro.
And you in first place, and you pull over to the side of the road and finish your beer, you're going to lose.
You're going to lose.
That game is coded for you to lose.
Yo, I remember we was playing with some young cats, some college dudes, some frat boys, and this one dude, he down that can so fast, I was kind of embarrassed. I didn't even want to play no more because the dude just did like this. As soon as he tipped it all the way up, you just saw it go straight down. Like, oh man,
these college kids,
college dudes chug, man. They
man, he's like, this ain't nothing.
And put it in there to puncture it.
Yeah, man. But dude, it just like,
bro, we just trying to have fun. Why are you over here trying to embarrass us?
Man, these college kids, boy, he was like,
bringing the alcoholism in.
But it's fun though, man. It's cool stuff, and
that was some of the best times right there.
But Burial Cart is fun, man. You got the right people.
If they get that on, because I already pre-ordered 2 of those N64 controllers. They'll be here next week. I'm not playing around.
Are there any homies that you want to shout out to who may be affiliated with video games, anime, music, maybe podcasts that's doing stuff like that? Is there anybody outside of the Top Trio world that y'all would like to shout out that's doing something tight?
I want to give props to somebody in the Top Trio world. They're doing some
props to everybody, anybody.
But they're doing great things outside of Top Trio.
That's perfect.
So Alex Yak Attack is a part of our Top Trio crew. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is I know it's really bright. This is Shadowverse. Yeah, Champions Battle on Nintendo Switch. Mm-hmm. She signed this for me. She voice acts one of the characters, one of the main antagonists in the video game.
Yeah.
She's a voice actor over in California, and she does video games, anime, cartoons. She is doing a damn thing. Nice. And she makes time to be a part of Top Trio as well and help us get this to do everything we need to do this year. couple years ago, we needed a new leading lady, and she said, "Hey, I want to be the new leading lady." And I knew what she was trying to accomplish in California, but she wanted to be a part of Top Trio more than anything else in the world. And the fact that she is a renowned voice actor, and she still wants to be on this podcast and work with Jonathan, myself, and Jason. All respect in the world for you, to you, Alex. Love you. Thank you so much for helping us out, man. Much respect.
The humbleness, and the caliber of persons to be down.
Yeah, if you ever get opportunity, her and Jonathan on the podcast together is hilarious, boy. That's I didn't know that dynamic was there, but that shit's hilarious though.
She's amazing, man. She came in guns blazing first episode. I was like, dang, you act like we know each other. I'm like, damn, all right, girl, okay. You got it.
Yeah.
But I want to give a shout out to like everyone who's like stayed with us. Because I like sometimes you don't even realize how long it's been. I remember like going over Rick's house and wife always giving us these good meals and stuff like that. And I didn't realize it's been like 8 years until he said it out loud. Like sometimes you just don't realize how long it's been. So
my daughter was a little warm,
little baby. So like everybody who stuck with us and has been like chilling with us and reading, watching our stuff and listening to us and all that, more props. I really appreciate it. And kind of now that I think about it, like I want to give my man Jose a shout out.
Yeah, I seen one of the videos with y'all, Jose.
That's
we got two
Jose.
We got two Jose.
We got Jose. This guy's
two
Hove.
Jose's.
We got Hove.
You got Hove?
Hove.
But
all right.
I remember like, dude, we were doing this in like parking lots and stairways.
We were in a stairwell recording.
I remember we was all working together, and Rick be like, "Hey, let's shoot this film real quick on our 15-minute break." And Jose would always be like, "Okay, let's do it." Like he was so down, man. And like if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have still been in it as long because he just made it so much fun. It didn't feel like work. That's the best thing about this. It doesn't feel like work. This is not a job. This is something that we love to do. It's just us shooting this shit and we just happen to have a camera or recording device around. And like, my man Jose, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't still be doing this. And, I know he listens once in a while and we shoot all the time, but if he's listening or if he listens later, man, look, dude, much appreciated. Out here in Utah with me right now, actually.
That's what's up.
Much love, man.
Like I said, I told you early on, I wouldn't have met Jonathan unless Jose was a part of my life. Like
my brother from another mother.
Yeah.
Jose sounds like a super cool dude. Super cool.
Yeah. Oh man, he's
coolest.
Are there any parting words that you want to share with everyone out there as we close to everybody out there? Any message you want to tell them?
I do have something I want to say.
Get it off your chest, brother.
And this is really where I really want to let anybody know. Like, trust me, Top Trio is not like trending. Like it's like not like this world renowned thing, but it's still here 8 years later. Don't give up, and show the people who respect and support you. Show them that attention and let them know in your podcast. Let them know in your production, in your projects, how much you care about them and you appreciate them. And something funny happened, and this is happening. This is all, I don't know what people's religions are, but I do believe in God.
Yeah.
And I think he's a real funny guy too, because he'll play you sometimes to see where you are. So I was prepared to let Top Trio go. I was like, I had 7.5 years in. I'm like over it. I'm like, I'm older now. The demos changed. I don't think I really want to do this. I said, I do have a great cast, but I think I'm just tired. Like, I've had some ups and downs. I was like, I don't know where this thing's going to go. So wife was like, okay, you sure? I was like, yeah. She said, that sucks, dude. I like listening to you guys, but understand why you're upset and why you really want to do this. So I'm driving down the road. So I'm getting home and my phone goes off. I'm like, I got an email. I'm like, what's the email from? I said, Leslie. I'm like, oh, Leslie is? I'm like, it's like, your panel's been approved for AwesomeCon.
Ah.
And I applied before COVID and Awesome Con was canceled last year.
Nice.
They hit me up about a registration I put in almost 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I seen you guys do it.
Yeah, and I said, babe, look at this. And she was like, what are you gonna do? I said, you're done. I said, yeah. She was like, should I do it? She was like, I don't know. And she was like, it's up to you. And I was like, so I was talking to Jonathan, I was talking to Alex, talking to Jason. They were all in on making this thing a reality. Like, this was our first panel. And, and push to come to shove, I think it was pretty successful. We got a few people from the panel who actually follow Top Trio now. And I saw you at the convention.
Yep.
So it was like, and I hate to say, I say this, I have to give all respect to the Lord, because it's like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, you a funny dude, man. You a real funny dude, because I was sitting here by this thing, I'm throwing this thing away, and then you put all this back in perspective, man, and just like, I'm telling you, just believe in it. I'm gonna keep doing this as long as it takes, because obviously I can't let it go. So,
hey, you got the sign. You got the sign. You know what I'm saying? You got the sign to keep it going. And yo, he taps on the shoulder. It's like, yo, Rick ain't finished. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, top Trio ain't done.
Don't give up, man. 8 years and still every year morphs into something else. But man, having supported people like Jonathan has been there since day one, and everybody else, and the people who listen, like Jonathan said. Those are the folks, man. I was like, last 2 days, Top Trio has been like on point. So I've been pretty excited with our metrics the last 2 days.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. John, you got anything you wanna close with, or do you disagree with Rick? How you feel?
Honestly, I want to go back to you guys, you two are basically the best examples for my advice is like that first step is always going to be the biggest step. And, don't doubt yourself. I myself, I need to take more of my own medicine when it comes to this, but like a lot of us are scared. A lot of people, whether it be a book, whether it be writing a movie, whether it be shooting a podcast, whether it comes to creating a video game, a lot of people self-doubt themselves so much that by the time they actually build the courage up to do it, someone's taken that idea and ran with it already, or someone's doing something similar to it. And you're like, here's a funny story that kind of like wraps this up. When I was a kid, I was maybe 12, 13 years old. Sega Genesis was like the thing. It was the Super Nintendo versus the Sega Genesis wars. And I remember writing a letter to Sega of America. And I don't think I ever told you this, Rick, but I wrote a letter to Sega of America. And I gave them like 2 or 3 pages of video game ideas. They weren't fleshed out, but I gave them the title. I said, how many players, a little bit of story and all that, right? So like a month went by, I got official letterhead from Sega of America. And they were like, look, these are great ideas. We can tell you're young. We want you to patent these ideas and then come back to us, right?
Wow.
I'm dead. Wow, I'm putting my hand up. I swear to God, every last one of those games, I didn't follow through. I showed my mom the letter. She was like, yeah, what you doing writing these companies? Why are you bothering these people? Leave these people alone. And she saw something about speaking to an attorney, so she thought I did something wrong. Like I was about to get sued. So she was like, "Oh, don't leave them companies alone." Never
about to catch the belt. You know what I'm saying?
Right? So I'm about to get the belt. I'm like, "Bah, I was just giving them my ideas, right?" Kid you not. I never went through with it. Threw the paper away. It wasn't a big deal to me. I was 12 years old. I was a kid. Every last one of those games was eventually made. I said, let's make a Beavis and Butthead video game. Like within a year, they came out with a Beavis and Butthead video game. I remember at the time, Garfield was like a real big cartoon.
Garfield was popping.
Yeah, the Garfield cartoon. I mean, the Garfield video game. And I kid you not, one of my ideas was a fighting game set inside of a high school. And every character was based off a different sport.
Oh, so my goodness.
One guy was a baseball.
Rival school?
You came up with
one guy was a baseball player. One guy was on the football team. One guy was on the basketball team. And based off what sport you were playing on the high school team, that was going to be your fighting style, right?
I'm not even gonna do this today because I'm not gonna do it.
That's
I'm
crazy.
I'm gonna try to interrupt you, Jonathan. You need to write them back because we had this talk. Like obviously we need 3. We need part 3.
We need Rival Schools 3. But like just to kind of wrap it all up is like take that first step. You know, like you never know. Like if you fail, you fail. At least you can say I tried. But to look back on it and to see how close I was, and I'm not saying that they stole my ideas. I mean, once again, it's just obviously my ideas. Someone else had those same ideas, and they had the gumption to go with it. And look where they are now. Every one of those, I swear, every last one of those games. I had some other games on that list, but every last one of those games was eventually made.
Man, John,
and all I had to do was just go through the proper channels, and who knows what have happened. But and that kind of wraps up. Like, believe in yourself. Take that first step. The first step is always going to be the hardest. You know, Rick, if you didn't take that first step 8 years ago, where would you be now? If you guys didn't take that first step with like creating this story, thinking about going forward with this video game, where would you be now? And I know both of you guys are both happy that you made those first steps, but that was the hardest one. And now it's going to be so much easier. You know, so if anyone listening, if you got an idea, if you want think about writing that book, you think about creating this character or doing whatever, and you got some doubt, just do it and just throw it against the wall and see what sticks and pray for the best and never doubt yourself, because self-doubt is going to be always your biggest hindrance. It's always going to be your biggest enemy. So I want to leave you guys with that. Just believe in yourself. You know, don't doubt yourself and just take that big step.
That's touching, yo. That's touching, man. Like
man, y'all inspiring me.
yo, inspiring them up, man.
I got one last thing is real quick.
Shoot, yeah.
Don't get eliminated.
Don't get eliminated.
Don't get eliminated. What you mean? Don't get eliminated.
Classic show, dog.
Yeah, that's my show. It makes DC. Don't get eliminated. That's it. That's my show.
That's one of the best shows ever made. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
Kenny Blankenship, y'all do. That's my thing, bro.
MXC was dope.
All the seasons are on Amazon Prime right now. So,
yo, you know I gotta check it out. MXC.
You never watched MXC, D? I can't believe that.
Come on, dude, you're in for a rude awakening.
You gotta watch that.
MXC.
It was part of the G4 back in the day.
Dude, that's one of the few shows that actually make me laugh out loud.
My sides hurt. Bro.
These are the ninjas before Ninja Warrior. This is a Ninja Warrior joint.
That was like Wipeout in Japan.
It was like the social workers versus the librarians or something.
It was Wipeout with spices.
Bro.
Those guys is hilarious. MXC.
That's a hilarious show.
Kenny Blankenship. Let's get it on.
Yo.
Get it on.
Damn, I missed you for
John. Like yo, man, it has been such a blessing and a pleasure to have you guys on, man. Like
Thanks for having us, man.
It's fun, guys. I appreciate us finally being able to coordinate. Like, I appreciate you guys' patience and everything. You guys are fantastic, and after doing it, like, I know this show, was made for a reason, man. I just want to say again, I appreciate you guys, and Dmo too, man. Like, I probably don't say it enough, but I appreciate you too, man.
Man, I appreciate you, dog.
Man, I appreciate you too.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we try to point,
man. You know what I'm saying? Like, as we point to each other, like, I appreciate y'all, man.
I'm trying to be like you.
I'm trying to be like y'all.
I'm trying to be like you.
I'm trying to be you when I grow up,
Right.
So, in closing, I want to say, if you don't like your destiny, don't accept it. Instead, have the courage to change it the way you want it to be. Naruto Uzumaki. And with that being said, man, this is Co-Play Media, and we are out of here.
You've been listening to Co-Play Media with hosts DeAyres and Dmo. For more information on Co-Play Media and the Blerd community, visit coplaymedia.com or the Co-Play Media page at dc.radio.gov.